When I got the radio show, man, I really thank you, bro. You know, because I got the radio show, and both of my grandmothers had passed, and I'm stuck in Birmingham, and I was raised by all of my grandparents, you know, and you called me, you said, hey, man, you know, I'm getting ready to, to go to the next level in radio. I got an opportunity for you here in Dallas. I said, no, Steve, I can't do that. I just bought a house. He said, yeah, but how you gonna pay for it? So, so I had to get on a plane and fly to Dallas the very next day. And I ended up staying in Dallas. I came back to Birmingham, went back to Birmingham to get some clothes, and drove back to Dallas with half of my stuff and did radio in Dallas, and just the opportunities that you provided. I just tried to be a good student and do everything you told me to do, everything you asked me to do. You don't even remember when you were 30 years old, you took about 5 comedians back to the hotel room and sat us on the bed and stood up in front of the TV and lectured us about the proper way to do stand-up comedy. And I sat there and I had that little notepad and that pen, and everything you said, man, I wrote it down. Because I had never seen nobody go on. I did. I never seen anybody, and the thing about it is you have to be teachable, you have to be coachable, and you have to listen. Because if I want to get to where you are, and you've been down that road, I have to, kind of take your advice and do what you asked me to do, and just try to be a good student, and just try to, because you was giving us guidance, and you didn't have to do it. A lot of comedians will come to town, they don't talk to the amateur comedians and all this stuff. Man, you told me to cut my dreads, and I did. You said, hey, man, cut your dreads. I had dreads down here. When I cut my dreads, I started getting endorsements. So I just thank you, man. I thank God, and thank you for the opportunity that you have given so many, Monique and Cedric the Entertainer, and so many people you put on. And people have to understand that nobody on this earth have to do anything for you. And at the end of the day, that's right. And at the end of the day, the phrase is thank you. I never had any expectations on you. Sometimes you'll just call out of the blue and say, hey, man, what's up? And it just makes me feel good when you call, but I don't expect you to call. I know you're busy, I'm busy too, but, man, just any little time I get with you, man, it means everything to me, And to be sitting right here, right now, and I'm thinking all the way back when I saw you get off that hotel shuttle to come into the comedy club, perform, and I shook your hand, and when you went on stage, I'll never forget it. You went on stage at Frankie Beverly and Mays, and I never seen black, because I was only performing. Remember, we started, our audience was white. There were no black people in the comedy club. We was performing in front of, the majority of our audience were white people. So that was before Def Comedy Jam and Apollo came out. But you was the first one to bring out the black people. And I never seen a comedian go on stage at Frankie Beverly and Mays. I was sitting up there 19 years old. I was so amazed by the magic you was making on stage. And I was like, man, right there. And that day right there, that night, that's when I saw the light. It was almost like my life changed. Yeah. And I just want to say thank you, man. I really appreciate everything you have ever done for me. Really. Amen. Yeah.